Best Podcast Ever is sponsored by the Gertsburg Law Firm, a full-service business law firm in Cleveland and Chagrin Falls that's changing the way businesses retain their attorneys. Go to gertsburglaw.com to learn more. While you're there, check out Cover My Six, a complete legal audit of the 6 areas that most often create or prevent business lawsuits and government investigations. Go to covermysix.com to learn how we keep you safe. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to listen to the best podcast ever recorded.
Yes,
Happy today to you.
Happy Restaurant Week.
Is it okay that I started recording?
Yeah, we're starting. Well, cheers for one.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
Happy today to you.
Happy Restaurant Week. So before we start, I do want to do a huge shout out, if I might,
Please.
to Cooper's Hawk. Cooper's Hawk is brand new. It's a winery, Cooper's Hawk Winery in Pinecrest in Orange, right across the street from Whole Foods.
Did you just mention them as
I
the
did.
SAG
So,
Awards
yes.
official something?
The official wine. And I noticed their champagne was also on the table.
SAG, like in Hollywood National.
Correct.
Way to
Yes.
go. Wow.
So last night was the SAG Awards, and they were the wine choice of the SAG Awards. And it's a amazingly gorgeous bottle. It's black with this gold award, the SAG Awards, whatever they get, on the cover of it. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow.
You do have to belong to their wine club, which I think is like $19 a month, and you get a bottle of wine for free or something.
I could drink a bottle of wine in a month. I'm not a big drinker, but I think I could drink
Absolutely.
a bottle of wine in a month.
Yeah, you get like a tasting as well. There's a couple other benefits included with that.
It's close to home.
It is.
That's
It
nice.
is. Yeah. So shout out to Cooper's Hawk. Great job.
I'll
Great
try it.
job. Very, very cool. So hi, Nelly.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God.
It's so nice to see you again.
So nice.
Every
we have
time.
not seen each other.
I'll tell you when, because now it is January,
Mm-hmm.
end of January. We have been sharing pre-recorded shows for a month or two.
Cat's out of the bag.
So it was before that. Yeah, I think
It was at the Township Hall
I think this
with
is
the train set.
officially the first episode that we're playing or recording since Alex returned.
Yes. Yes.
So there haven't been any new episodes since he returned while he was in Argentina.
I know. We're going to talk to him a lot more in depth with our next podcast with Carl. But this was kind of a impromptu.
The one with Carl, I pre-listened to. It got exciting and heated and controversial, and I think a lot of people are going to want to hear it.
Did we really get heated?
It felt I got a little.
Did we?
I felt a little
Ooh.
tension. Not tension, just energy and fierceness.
Yes. So we are live in air quotes
Yes.
from the Bull and Bird, which is a brand new steakhouse owned by the Hyde Park Group. Just opened up probably 3 months ago. How much? 3 months ago? August 2nd. Thank God the manager just happened to be walking by when I asked that question.
very convenient.
Very good, yes.
It's so brand new. I didn't know it was here, and I went to the wrong place. But
Silly.
props to Chagrin Falls, where you can go to the wrong restaurant and still be very, very close to where you really want to be.
Keep your car parked exactly where it is.
I wasn't late at all.
No, I was late. What I had to stop at Jekyll's and drop off about 200 chopsticks that they left at our. So we had a amazing.
I
Can
really
we
like
put in
it.
that amazing shrimp appetizer? Yes, please. Yes. Next time you're at Bull and Bird, get their shrimp cocktail. It is unbelievable. So now we kicked off Restaurant Week on Thursday of last week. We had a luau.
Yeah.
Oh, Nelly, we had 250 people at Lowe's greenhouse.
When you walked in from the blizzard outside, did it just transport you
did.
to another world?
Well, it's so perfect to have it there because Jeff Griff, who is my heart, I love him. He owns Lowe's Greenhouse, and they already have all the tropical plants out and out, so it's like instantly decorated. Although we did take it to another level, Jess and I, and shout out to Laurie Dean because she helped us as well. And we just did hibiscus all over the ceiling, and we had this group of hula dancers, and a Polynesian ukulele player. So you were laid the first minute you walked in the door.
I want to go right now.
It was so awesome.
Missed it.
It was so. Then we had all the restaurants, all 20 restaurants there, so people got to just walk around and sample little samplings from their menus.
250 people.
Yes. It was amazing. It was super fun.
You need a big place like that.
You do. It was perfect. It was absolutely. It's one of those times where you work very, very hard, and you sit back and you say, you know what? That was a good time. We did our job. We did our
rewarding.
job.
Jeff Griff's name came to my consciousness today because earlier I was curating a new playlist for the podcast, and it's called Chagrin Valley Locals. So a lot of the people that have been guests on the podcast are major Chagrin Valley
influencers.
people, influencers, or just like representatives almost of a happy city. But then I realized that the list is very, very long. Jeff Griff's was the first one on it because he was in episode 5.
Wow.
If anyone wants to go back, you may not want to because the equipment wasn't so good and the hosts were still working on it.
Sounds like we need to get Jeff back on.
We should get Jeff back on.
When do you
But that was a
think
good episode. It was just the audio quality.
When do you think we took the turn?
It was the new equipment. I'm pretty sure. Are you talking about your skills?
Both.
I think every interaction you have with me makes you better.
Amen. Amen, sister. Amen.
I'm molding a masterpiece out of beautiful clay. Chipping away at the marble.
Out of a lump of clay.
But I love our podcast, and I'm so proud of it.
I do.
And I can't wait for what lies ahead.
I know. And this was just an absolute impromptu. We were texting each other. Our person happened to back out today. And you said, let's get the show on the road.
Yeah,
as Michael
Molly,
Stanley would say.
You know where it started is when Molly said, who's going to be my dinner date tonight?
Yes, I did. I booked, just so everyone knows, my calendar's booked the whole rest of the week. But my Monday, because my husband got sick. So I needed a date, and Nelly was quick
Sorry,
But
John.
how quickly, let's talk about Alex's...
I was about to refer
really
to that.
Felt like that was
the first reply to your message was him asking, where are we going?
Yeah.
And then pretty shortly after, before you even said where you were going, he said, I made plans.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a little bit of BS.
Which one did you? That's yours?
I drank out of this one, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know about that. I'm going to have to...
But then I called him on the way here,
that.
and he's like, I'm at Giant Eagle with my daughter, so I guess that's cool. That's cooler than what we're doing, sure.
Yeah, we can't compete with the kids. Speaking of kids, let's do a twin update. I got nothing.
Well, you just said you had a baby shower. There must have been something, because it's been
we had
like...
a beautiful baby shower for them. I went over there on Friday night. I went over there on Friday night. And the intent was to just finish up the nursery. But then it was the day after the big luau. So we just sat super lazy and watched shows.
I mean, something like that will burn you out.
I know.
No pun intended.
So we just hung out and... but they're coming. I mean, they're coming.
That's more important than a well-made nursery. You need a happy, comfortable, calm mother.
Right. They have a bed to sleep in.
What's the kid's going to call you? Did you figure that out?
Grandma. She was only letting me do Grandma.
She didn't even give you a choice?
No, I wanted Lala.
Lala. Well, you know what?
But she thought it was like a Teletubby.
You could whisper to them that's what you're...
Right. Well, when they're at my house, I could just
say,
Auntie Lala's... Or not Auntie Lala.
Well, no.
Lala.
It could be
Lala.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're coming.
That's
I did
cute.
go to the doctor's with her the other day and got to see the ultrasounds. And they're a little small. So come on, John and Mary. Beef it up.
They'll catch up.
But doctor's happy that they're both small and not just one. Which is good to know.
If they were both oversized, then they would be even more cramped in there.
Yes, and she's
maybe come out
feeling it.
sooner.
Yeah.
So like, let them have a little space in
They're
there.
saying March 6th. Like, if they can get to March 6th, she'd be happy. Even
That's
though the 27th
just
is
a little over a month
I
from
know.
now.
I know. Life is going to change.
Well, a little less whenever. No, this is going
Yeah.
to come out this week.
Life is
Yeah.
going to change as we know it.
That's a big adjustment
I know.
times 2.
I know.
So
Since
good.
we are here,
twin
let's chat a
update.
little bit about Bull and Bird, only because have you been here when it was Gamekeepers?
Yeah, that's
This is
what,
what
it was
I love. Yeah,
before.
this is what I love about what Bull and Bird did. They didn't try to change this. I mean, they changed it. The food is definitely different, but people had such great memories about Gamekeepers that I feel like if they would have changed the decor in a huge amount of way, that it would be a negative. So people can come into this new restaurant and still feel like
'Cause
it's
people
home.
like the other one. It's not
Exactly.
they wanted it to go.
Exactly.
They want to be
exactly.
able to keep that.
And the fireplace is roaring. I know Wednesday is coming some major freeze,
oh,
but let's not
Yeah.
panic.
everyone
Uh,
might be in
it's
the middle
toasty.
of it right when they're
We're
listening.
technically outside. This is a plastic.
Let's all
and it's-
bundle up, wear extra blankets.
Oh, look at the shrimp cocktail. Although the problem is, I don't want to take a picture of this because it is not included in Restaurant Week, but I'm going to anyways because
it's
I
not like
just am.
People can't get it when they come.
Oh, they certainly can get it. You can always add on to a Restaurant Week menu. Look at that beauty.
Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. Amazing. And it's
It's all saucy.
It's all saucy, and there's a lot in
Are
there.
we supposed to get a Restaurant Week menu?
We did. It's right here. So here's the cool thing. I'm going to tell you when we first started.
Looking at.
I think we get one.
Oh, I didn't get one.
When we first started Restaurant Week, this is our 5th year. I went into Hyde Park, and I kicked it off at Hyde Park. They handed me a menu like this with the logo that I created, the chamber logo, and
Wow.
I started bawling my eyes out because it was, this was just a thought. I come from a mini part of the restaurant world. I worked in the restaurant world at Burntwood for 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
I know this is a super slow time for the restaurants. So I was like, at the chamber, everyone's always, not just the chamber, anywhere, they're always asking for gift cards or asking for, thank you, a little treat.
That sounds good to me.
I love it. We just got a Cajun, what is it? A Cajun crab salad on a little crab. Oh,
I wish I would have dressed up or
amazing.
something.
I've got my Restaurant Week
You
t-shirt on.
Right?
I will drop one off tomorrow for you. I don't know. I only have 2 left, so you're going to have to tie it if it's not.
Well, it sounds like you better put it in order. You're going to need them next
I
year.
know, I
And then year
know.
after. It's good that you didn't put the year on them.
I know.
You can use them every year.
But it was just so cool that
Something that was born in
Yeah.
your head and came to life on Earth.
it was super cool. It's super cool. It made me cry. In a good way. In a total good way. Okay, so I want to get so I want you to take the first bite of one of them because I want to get your thoughts on it.
Oh, boy. I am not a foodie.
I know,
By
but
any
it's
means.
so good. So we are enjoying. It's not on the Restaurant Week menu, but it is Bull and Bird's shrimp cocktail. And folks, I'm going to tell you what, it comes already in the sauce, and it is. Here she goes. She's taking her first bite. Do it.
Did I do it right?
Yes. Isn't it so great? Because, like, the horseradish isn't overpowered. I'm not a horseradish person. So when I first saw it, I was very nervous, but it's not overpowering
I
at
feel
all.
it, but it's not
Right.
overpowering.
So
Yeah.
good.
Okay. We just got a readout of the
There's
menu.
some dill on here.
That shrimp is a little.
Right?
It has. Yeah, it's good. The kick is a lot, but not so much that I wouldn't go back for another. Like,
Really?
it's close to that threshold, but yeah. Let me try this crab too.
Lots of dill in that.
Okay, let's have a snack break. we're jumping back in after a shrimp break.
Yeah, a little shrimp cocktail break. Boy, that was good. So
That was
yummy.
good. We
and
put in our order.
Yes.
That's happened.
3 courses for $35 we got.
I went with a shrimp and pasta dish.
I went with a fancy chicken. Oh, here comes our bread. Very excited about that. Look at it. We'll exchange with you. We are. Let's pretend to the listeners that we left a lot in there.
I don't see any licking marks of the bowl.
Not true, folks. We ate every last drop of it.
I had offered to split the last one with Molly when she blew my mind and said there's actually another one in there.
That's an exciting day.
Everyone gets a last one.
Yes.
I love how that
look
worked
at
out.
this little topping on the butter. Is that paper or is that...
Yes.
Look at that's fancy.
Is it? Is that what fancy restaurants do? They put paper on their butter?
I don't know. I'm never
You wanna take a
allowed in.
picture?
I'm never allowed in fancy restaurants.
For our listeners, we'll
I
take
think
a
we
picture.
should do it this way because it's a bowl
Oh,
and a bird. I love it. Look at that, folks.
What are your plans?
Yeah.
What are your plans for the rest of the week's restaurant tour?
Tomorrow, I'm going with Jessica from The Office, who was a past guest on the podcast, and we are going to Sapphire Creek, which I'm super excited about. I've been for events, but I've not been there for dinner, so I'm super excited about that.
I've heard of it. I've heard good things about it.
Beautiful. And then on Wednesday, I am going with Miss Marianne Ponce, who was also a guest of ours.
She's on our Chagrin Valley Locals playlist.
Okay.
Everyone, if you want to go to thebest.podcast.ever.com, there's a tab at the top that says Best Playlists Ever. Under there, you'll see a couple options. The new one is Chagrin Valley Locals. You can also see it on our YouTube page, but that's a long list. There's a lot of
important people here.
A lot of good episodes in that list. So Marianne's in that one.
So Marianne, yeah. So we're doing Marianne, and we haven't decided where yet. I'm thinking maybe Aurelia because I have not been to Aurelia yet.
No?
And then Thursday, I'm going with my girlfriend. We typically kick off Restaurant Week every year. So thank you for taking her place. But she started a new job. So she couldn't start. She started today with her new job, so she couldn't.
Is this the very first week? No, Thursday would have been.
No, today's the first day.
That was just a luau kickoff party. Today is the official first day.
Yeah.
Everyone listening, we may already be in days 4-ish,
Right.
5-ish.
Right.
So you better hurry because it's only a week.
Yes, only a week.
And where do people go to find out what restaurants?
ChagrinValleyRestaurantWeek.com.
Chagrin Valley Restaurant
And make reservations. And when you make the reservations, let them know you're coming for Restaurant Week. Typically, like they did here, they're going to just hand you a Restaurant Week menu. Not many restaurants are not going to, but just tell them that you're coming for Restaurant Week.
That's pretty much the only time I get out to eat. I go out for brunches and breakfasts.
Yeah, so do we.
But that's not part of Restaurant Week.
It's not. No one has a breakfast. No. Friday we're going to so Trish and I are going to Cooper's Hawk.
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Friday
we're going to Capitol Grill. And then Saturday it'll be with John, and I don't know where.
Molly, do you love your job?
I love my job.
You're good at it.
Thank you. I love
How
my
many
job.
restaurants total?
20 restaurants.
So if you did 3 weeks.
Oh, 2 cafes.
3
also
restaurant
doing lunch.
weeks.
Or 2 cafes doing buy a dessert. Sorry. So you could get a breakfast dessert.
What?
2 Cafe in Bainbridge. They're doing
2
buy
Cafe.
a dessert and then you get something free with that. So
Buy a dessert. I don't know if the listeners can hear this. It's a rainy day.
raining.
We have a nice patio seat enclosed.
January what? What are we? 20.
I don't.
January 28th and it's raining. It's gonna be an ice storm.
At least it's not snowing right now.
It's supposed to be super, super cold on Wednesday.
I just
No.
learned about putting Vaseline on kids' faces when they
Oh
go
my gosh,
outside in
yes.
the cold. That's very important, isn't it?
Yes, that and my mom used to put Wonder Bread as our
Bags?
socks.
Oh, I've heard
and
of
then
that.
our socks, and then our boots. Oh,
Caesar
look at our
salad.
Caesar salad.
Oh, no,
Thank
that
you.
one's mine.
Uh-oh.
Nah.
Why? Oh,
I'm
you're
just
funny. You're
kidding.
funny.
I'm being funny.
No, I'm good. Would you like pepper?
No, thank you. That might have to happen soon, sure.
All right, course number 1. I'm going to crack into this bread if you don't mind.
Please do. I wasn't
Let's
sure
do
how
it
to
right
attack
I
it.
don't know. We'll go right in the middle there.
Well, what I was thinking is what you need is 3 restaurant week, plural.
Okay.
Because then you could go to all of them, have dinner every night.
We tried doing it like 14 days last year, and it just didn't. So it's a tricky time because you got to get away from Christmas, and you have to stay away from Valentine's Day, because the restaurants get that business anyway. So we don't want to hop on Valentine's
Find a
Day.
slower week.
Right.
Well, when we were eating, we were also talking about my trip to Florida.
Yes.
Oh, before that, I went to Washington, D.C. for a weekend, and it was during the government shutdown. So that was an interesting time to take the trip. I think our hotel ended up costing a lot less.
Oh.
And really, it was the Smithsonian museums that were closed. We ended up going to the National Building Museum, which is like privately owned. That is a really cool place.
So the Smithsonian is
All the museums were closed,
Huh.
which
'Cause
are
they're
usually free
Right.
and are nice to go and see. I had heard that the National Mall was in bad shape. We saw part of it, and it looked okay.
Why was it in bad shape?
Because National Park Service, I guess, is the ones that would be cleaning. Just like overflowing
Interesting.
trash cans.
Interesting.
It didn't look as bad as I expected. But otherwise, that was a really nice trip. Had the kid in the car for 6 hours, and he was well behaved, and he's such a good boy.
Of course he was.
He's such a good boy.
Angel.
I don't know if I get to take credit or if we just got
It's probably his aunt.
handed. Oh, it was his Aunt Molly?
Probably.
It's in his jeans then.
Right.
Somehow.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah,
and then the trip.
and then Florida.
And then Florida.
You've just
Got
been
away
a
from
world
the cold.
traveler. And how did Josh get away
was
that
our,
long?
January was our trip, our travel month.
Okay.
And what did you ask?
How did Josh get away for 2 weeks?
Well, Josh is a registered nurse at.
Amazing. I lost my napkin already. Well, I didn't lose it. I know exactly where it is.
Josh is a registered nurse at Hillcrest ER. He works 3 nights a week. So, our week-long trip to Florida was from a middle of a week to a middle of the week, so he could push some days
Very
together.
clever.
Although he probably used some vacation days too. And then the DC trip was just over a weekend. That was
So
open.
could we text Josh when the babies are coming? He can go upstairs if it's during the night.
Is she gonna deliver at Hillcrest?
Yeah, how fun.
Yeah, he
Josh
might
could see
be.
the babies before me.
We can't let that happen.
No.
You're gonna be right there. Are you planning to be at least in the hospital waiting room?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not in the room.
You wouldn't want to.
She doesn't want me to.
You know what? It's understandable.
Thank you. And I don't want to be. That's for her and her husband, not me. You know.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely be in the waiting room.
Yeah. As soon as the time arrives, you can jump right into the room.
Yeah. Gotta.
Are you gonna do Facebook Live?
She'd kill me.
Oh, well, go Sam. Good luck.
You know, yeah. I just want everybody to know that right behind us, they're ordering, and they're ordering Restaurant Week. It's very exciting.
Do you think we should take a poll and find out how many people here are here for Restaurant Week?
Well, that's why I'm mad, because I'm supposed to be walking around with gift cards.
Your office is right
I
here.
know, but it's raining and yucky outside.
Okay.
I'm not going back. It's to surprise people.
Why don't
but
you just give
I
them-
wouldn't give it to here. So just so everyone knows, I will be going to different restaurants all week long, giving people free $50 gift cards.
Are you? And you're not telling people ahead of time where you're going.
Oh, I think I just did, actually.
That it's not here.
I just ran over my whole weekly agenda.
So, actually, Best
So-
Podcast Ever listeners,
Uh-huh.
if you listen carefully or rewind carefully, you can find Molly everywhere she is this week. Make sure you interrupt her meals.
That's right.
Just sit at her table. Ask how the gift card giving is going. But you better
Yes.
hurry because there's only a few days left.
And follow the chamber. We've been giving away gift cards online.
I won one last year. You know what?
Yeah?
I lost it, so I didn't
What?
use it. Like the paper that you gave me blew away somewhere. What happened?
I don't know what that was. I think it was phone. It was exciting though. Do you think people? It's interesting how people aren't looking at us, wondering why we have microphones in front of our face.
Listeners, if you went to a restaurant and saw people having dinner and looking completely normal, except that they had two giant microphones on the table, what would you do?
I would definitely wonder what was going on.
Do you
Give 'em a
want-
second glance.
You want to stand up and tell everyone what we're doing real quick?
I mean, we're super cool here.
Let's take a quick break because we're going to eat our salads.
Yes.
And we're going to let these people around us resettle. Be right back.
Hey, folks. Thanks for listening to our podcast. I hope you've been enjoying it. I wanted to take a minute to tell you about Cover My Six. For my fellow veterans out there and for those of you in law enforcement, you already know what Cover My Six means. And for the rest of you out there, it means cover my butt. And that's what we do for our clients. I've been litigating business cases for many years, and here's what I've learned about them. First, they're not fun for my clients. Even when lawyers knock it out of the park for them, business owners and professionals in litigation find it stressful, distracting, time-consuming, and expensive. Second, I believe almost all business lawsuits and investigations are totally preventable. Third, almost every business lawsuit and investigation has focused on some combination of 6 key relationships: those with customers, vendors, employees, shareholders, insurance companies, and technology. Knowing these 3 things, we created Cover My Six to optimize those 6 areas for businesses of all sizes. We create and facilitate the company's key documents, and we optimize their policies and practices in those 6 areas so that their owners and employees can focus their time and attention and money where they should, on making and selling their products and growing their business, not on lawyers and courtrooms and lawsuits. So go to covermysix.com to learn more about this service. I'm really proud of it, and there's nothing else out there that's like it. Our clients love it too. They get security and peace of mind from it, and I know you will too. Go to covermysix.com to learn more.
You're going to have your leftovers for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah,
Is that
because
what you
that's
said?
about all I'll need to eat, because then I'm going out tomorrow night.
It'll be a good week for you.
I will tell you, it is going to be a stuffing week for me, but I am going to suffer through it, folks.
That's because you're good at your job. You love what you
Right.
do. You make a commitment to the village.
That's right. That's the valley.
Valley.
The valley.
Can you explain the difference? Valley is all the 13 communities.
Right.
And
right.
village is just Chagrin
Chagrin
Falls.
Falls is one of the 13 communities that we serve.
But when people say village, they're talking about Chagrin Falls.
Well, actually, Chagrin Falls is made up of a village and a township.
You're making it complicated now.
I know. So there, if you go up Grove Hill, there's a section over there that is the Chagrin Falls Township. And then all the rest of the village, but
And it's all in Cuyahoga County.
all in Cuyahoga County. But I believe there's a story of way back when the side of the street where the hardware store was Geauga County, and the side of the street with my building, the Township Hall, not my building, I don't own it, but the building that the chamber's in was Cuyahoga. And so across the street was Geauga. So they made a deal. Cuyahoga County wanted the other side of the street, and they gave up. They gave Bainbridge a certain piece of property or they gave Geauga County a piece of property for
Is
the
this
street
way back?
way back, maybe 1800s.
Did you have
you know
to
who we
study
should have
up?
on the podcast?
Who?
John Borso. He is a Chagrin Falls.
Invite will go out.
Yeah.
Did you have to study up on Chagrin Falls and Valley before you got your position, or you just already knew because you were
I've
part
been here
of the
since
fabric?
I was 12. But
Okay.
no, I mean, because we don't deal with.
That's a historical society.
Right. We don't deal with the history of it, although it's good to know. But yeah, we don't. So it is literally now pouring rain outside.
Yeah, I wonder.
It's going to be an interesting walk
Oh,
back to my car.
got
It
a
did
little
get
quieter right when you
quiet.
said
it
that.
Did get a quiet.
Say it again, and maybe it'll stop.
It's literally pouring outside.
No, I think you
No,
made it worse.
no. So I have to tell you, my dinner for Restaurant Week was flippin' unbelievable.
I really enjoyed mine. It was basically my only meal of the day.
Oh my gosh!
I got the shrimp and pasta dish, and it was good. But
was
I
amazing.
filled up on my appetizer, my salad, and my shrimp cocktail.
And you didn't have to be scary. We're doing great.
I'm gonna have to take mine home in a box.
And I'm
to
actually
eat.
going to take that little bit home. That's going to be my lunch tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm good. Thank you. He
He's
really wants me to have
He's pushing that wine pretty hard. He asked you a lot of times.
That's probably like the fourth time. Do you think he wants to have his way with me?
Well, who doesn't? Number one. And number two, maybe he feels bad for me because I went ahead and got a second glass, and I'm all by myself drinking here.
You're not by yourself.
you
You're
know,
with me drinking.
Russians would say it's superstitious to drink by yourself, or bad luck to
Oh,
drink
it
by
is?
yourself.
Why have my water?
Well, you can't toast with water either.
Oh, sure
Do
you
you want to
can.
hear about all
Is
of the
that-
different
yes.
superstitions?
Wait, you can, well, I will tell you, I have been saying Mazel Tov for everything now. And I've explained that I
Why
am
not?
legally allowed because I've been, you and Alex have said I'm allowed to say it now.
I say you're allowed, but I say
So-
everyone's allowed. Why not? It's a very positive message.
Which means what?
Both good
Celeb-
luck and congratulations.
Mazel Tov.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to say
Mazel
that?
tov to you and
Yes, and
everything
to
you want to
you.
do with your life.
And to you, Nelly. And I can't.
You can't toast with water.
I can't toast with water.
But you know what? We will.
You guys are worse
Let's
than
high
the
five over it.
Catholics. Okay.
Okay, we'll make up our own things. So I'll give you a quick,
Yes.
short list of superstitions.
Okay.
You shouldn't drink by yourself. You drink as you toast. Every time you toast, you'll have a drink.
Okay.
I guess it makes more sense with a shot of vodka. I'm drinking
I was going to
wine.
say it's going to be a long.
different with
long
wine.
glass of wine.
Can't toast with water. Do you know you can't sit at the corner of a table?
I did not know that.
If you do, you will not get married for 7 years.
And is this Russian or Jewish?
I'm never really sure.
Okay.
One or the other. Russian Jewish?
Okay. And is Jew derogatory? Like
don't
if I
think
said
so.
a Russian Jew,
I think it's the same as saying a white Christian. American Christian? That's a good question. I don't think it is.
okay.
I guess I would take any term and interpret it as being derogatory or not by the intention behind it.
Right. But that's you and
Like some
other people
when they
might
call
not.
me a liberal, it feels different than when other people do. You know?
Like when I call you a liberal.
Well, I don't know. Let me hear you say it again.
I'm not going to say it. I'm
Like,
not going to say it.
Like I would call myself one and be okay with that.
Well, when is Papa G coming home? Because he owes me a date.
Oh.
And then we're supposed to go to the Russian restaurant.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So he'll be visiting.
Thank you.
He'll be visiting
And what's
for
your
a
first
week.
name? So when you call and make your reservations, ask for Jeremiah to be your server.
Jeremiah.
Only if you're a good tipper.
I don't think he heard.
Yeah.
But he has served our food well.
He has done.
It
He's
landed
done
on
well.
the table in front of the right people.
Yes.
Oh no, he didn't bring our food.
No,
Wasn't
he did not. A manager brought our food.
Manager brought.
And we had the chef come out.
Can I just tell everybody, if anyone has the opportunity to go to a meal with Molly in Chagrin Valley, it's a real ego booster. You just walk in, drop her name, they get you the fancy table, they
By
make
the
sure you don't
bathroom.
wait, they bring little extras and
We did get a little extra, didn't we? A little crab,
little
something.
crab something. You do have to be prepared for everyone to walk up and say hi to her at the table, but if that's the price you pay to be seen with Molly Gebler, you're a big deal.
The chef came out. The manager can't stop coming to our table. Here he comes again. I think half of it is we're sitting here at a table with microphones in our mouth.
Why don't we do this everywhere?
Yeah. What were we just saying about that? Oh, we were talking about just going around and saying that you're with Cleveland.com because the service we got from that was another.
Was that published somewhere?
Yes.
Why don't I post
Yeah.
a link
So
to
yeah,
share that?
perfect. We went around to the different restaurants and we sampled at the Cleveland.com. We went with Joan, who's a writer for Cleveland.com. And
You know another writer.
I do, Brenda Kane.
Brenda Kane.
Yeah.
I don't think she's been on the show. I don't know if she's going to.
Brenda's been on the show. Yeah. Brenda's been on the show.
We'll share a link to that too.
Yeah, she's been on the show. And
Did it get louder in here?
I feel like it did, but no more people.
That's okay. We can talk louder.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
our brilliant editor will adjust
Yes.
volumes for us. What's up, John?
John, John.
Get it?
And where is John from?
John lives in Canton.
Okay.
North Canton? I don't know if people in
But we
Canton
haven't met
want to
John.
distinguish that. We haven't. I haven't, but we're Facebook friends.
Oh, John.
Why don't
John,
you guys,
hook me up.
Yeah, why don't you guys be Facebook
Come on,
friends?
John. I'd love to be Facebook friends with you.
Molly, do you want to have a lightning round with me?
I'd love to.
Wait, did we cover all our banter bases?
I think so. Chagrin Valley Restaurant.week.com. 20 different restaurants. Everybody has a special menu, so you got to go to the website. You don't have to, but if you want to prepare yourself on where you want to go.
It might help you choose where to eat.
Go to the restaurant, look at all the menus. Shout out to Emily Gebler, who designed and created and upkeeps the website.
Really?
Yes. So
But she's a fashion designer. She still does that?
She does websites too.
Wow,
She
go
does.
Emily.
I know, she's amazing. She's
Wow.
amazing. And make your reservations. I think the restaurants always like to, know what's coming.
And why complicate your life by taking the risk that you may not be able to sit right away?
Yes.
When all you have to do is pick up the phone?
Yeah, so Capitol Grill made mention of Restaurant Week on their radio, on a radio that they were on for some other reason. They got 110 reservations immediately following that interview. So the restaurants are getting reservations.
Do you think after this show they'll have 120?
I think they'll fill up. So call and get your things.
I'd love to hear if any listeners went to Restaurant Week. What kind of experience did they have?
Yes.
Share it with the podcast guests or with the chamber.
Yes, please. We want to know.
Or with the listeners.
We do it for you. So let us know. So let's do a lightning round. That's exciting.
I thought of it because I had an idea for a question that felt like a good lightning round question.
Oh, and now you forgot?
No, but I wanted to ask it at the appropriate time. It would have been very non sequitur. Just where did that come from? If I said it earlier,
Makes sense. Okay.
The question is, what was your worst injury?
Interesting. So when you say injury,
I mean, I'm not
So,
going to be picky. You're the first person answering it. You can set the tone.
so my kidneys stopped when I was pregnant with actually both my girls, and I had to have a stent that would empty my left kidney during my pregnancies. So that wasn't an injury, but it definitely was something that I had to go through.
I think that fits it. You have to go to the hospital.
Folks.
On that note, the creme brulee comes over this way.
Oh, but we do need silverware. Oh, of course you do.
This way to creme brulee.
Look at this.
And Molly has a carrot cake.
I got a carrot cake.
That looks pretty good.
And look at that creme brulee.
Oh, ouch, that's hot. That's hot.
Careful, Chica.
Did you know creme brulees were hot?
Yes, I do know that.
Okay.
I do know it. It looks amazing.
I can't wait to crack in.
You know what?
We should go together,
What
right?
kind of coffee do you have? Is it a? I just want like a regular cup of coffee. right? Cream, please. Okay. Thank you. I don't know that fancy. Oh, sure they are. Did you hear that, folks?
All of the desserts are low fat, no carbs.
That's a bunch of BS.
How are they going to taste good? Let's find out for ourselves.
Oh my gosh,
I'll weigh
is
myself in the
amazing.
morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I do feel like the manager has been very attentive.
Very much so.
Oh, you know what? This doesn't have a little crack. You know, creme brulee, you crack the top.
Okay.
Maybe the taste will make up for it, because that's a very gratifying feeling.
Fingers crossed.
Oh,
So
it's still okay. So you had to get stents placed in your kidneys because
To
you had
drain
a condition before you had the
No, I didn't
girls?
know.
It was
I
just
didn't know.
during pregnancy.
Yeah, but we found out after that it was more than that. So I have one kidney that works and one that doesn't.
That's a very interesting
So is
thing
that
about
an
you.
injury? Like, would you consider that, or did you want like a broken ankle?
No, I think that anyone can answer that in any way they want. Like, I've had one broken bone in my life. That would have been my answer. I used to be a gymnast way back through maybe 7th grade until the day that I fell off the balance beam and broke my arm.
Oh no, your
And
femur.
The elbow, but it didn't just bend the wrong way. It kind of collapsed on myself, so the elbow bone like went to my shoulder, you know. And I
you
had
have
to
to
get
get
pins put
surgery?
in my elbow. But that's the only bone I've broken, everybody.
Yeah, 'cause it is
Knock on wood.
slippery and raining outside.
I did slip on the ice yesterday while holding my child.
Down?
Slipped down.
Like, did you go all the way down?
I went down to my butt, and I didn't think he hit anything, but he started crying.
Oh, thank you.
And then I noticed a little mark on his face, and he said it hurts. But he's such a trooper. He says a lot of cute things. One is if he gets hurt, he says, "I need ice," because he put together that when he's hurt, we'll say, "We'll put some ice on that." And any injury, we go over, we put a little cold pouch on it for a second, and then he's fine. We just had to put some ice on it, and it's okay.
My mom would give us water.
Water fixes everything for
That
you.
was, yeah, if we had a stomach ache, if we had a headache, if we had whatever we had,
Well, I like
it
that
was
because
water.
it's easy to get
But
water.
I don't drink water at all.
Oh.
So maybe there's a subconscious.
Well, and isn't that supposed to be good for your kidneys?
Yeah,
maybe this is
not
all
when,
connected.
Not when one's not flushing. Because mine reflexes back into my bladder.
Oh, wow. Should I bust out one more new question?
Mm-hmm.
A random fact about you that very few or no people know. I'll go first if you want, but you already have one. Go ahead.
I went to clown school.
You went to clown school. See, we learned that in Molly's podcast, but I
Oh,
forgot
damn it.
No, I forgot about that, and most people would not have heard that already. So
And
now you guys know
I just-
Molly went to clown school.
I just said something. And I said to myself, I bet you nobody knows this.
Can
I can't
you
remember what it was. But go ahead.
remember any of the lessons from clown school that you can teach us right now?
No.
Or is it all visual,
It was all,
physical?
yeah, like making animals out of the balloons and stuff.
Just out of balloons?
yes.
Huh. I'm really good at animal
it's tough
noises.
to be famous.
Maybe that's my random fact, that I'm really good at animal noises.
Oh.
Do you want to test me?
Yes.
Ask me about an animal.
Can I just give you one?
Yes.
Oh. What about an elephant? Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, I'm really good at this.
You're really. Speaking of, I'm really looking forward to seeing Dumbo. The new Dumbo's coming out.
I
That
think I
was
did
really
hear
good,
mutterings
Nelly.
about that.
That was very good.
I'm really proud of this skill that I have.
Wow.
I don't know if I can make money doing it anywhere.
I think you could. I love it.
I am curious about the new Mary Poppins. I
I
heard
have
that
not
was
seen
good.
it.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of it. I'll try it though. Give me 2 more animals and then we can move on. We
How about
are
a
in a nice
tiger?
restaurant, so I should. Tiger's not one of my good ones.
Okay.
Do you want to just?
Why don't you just pick a
Why don't I
pig?
just tell
A
you my
pig?
good ones? I'm good at a chicken.
Okay, let's do a chicken. So just so everyone knows, she took a moment to really center herself.
Get into character.
into character.
What I was doing was pretending I wasn't in a nice restaurant.
Well, I will tell
making
you,
my parents proud.
when you did the elephant noise, the guy behind us
Was
looked
he
over.
impressed?
I think it was impressed. I think it wasn't anger.
He was
It
probably wondering what hole in my body that came
he's
from.
noticed the microphone. He's been on it trying to figure it out. And then there was a dramatic turn by the birthday girl that
What did it look like? The dramatic chipmunk? Do you know about the dramatic chipmunk?
I do not know about the dramatic
You'll
chipmunk.
find out in a minute.
Okay.
The other animal, this is the last one I'll do before I get us kicked out. The other animal that is a specialty of mine is the monkey.
Oh.
You ready?
Yep. You are really.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. And
I worked in a preschool
Oh.
daycare for a while, so that came in. That's how you.
talking back to you.
That's how you make money, making animal noises. Work with kids in a
Wow.
daycare.
I need to tell you that as much as I thought I was stuffed, I'm having no problem finishing this amazing
That carrot cake
carrot
over
cake.
there.
Amazing.
I wasn't gonna have any, but let me just make sure that I taste it
Get some-
before, while I can. Do you want to try some of my creme brulee? It's kind of like got a pudding consistency.
Interesting.
And I think
Very
is this
interesting.
like
Amazing.
a chocolate creme brulee? I didn't. Right. It's not the yellow creamy, stereotypical.
So,
All right. So I think those are the two new questions that I would ask,
okay.
just to make conversation.
Okay.
I did bring
And what's a
the
good day
notes
for you?
of your questions if you wanted.
What's
did you
a
know
good
I
day
redid
for
our
you?
notes?
I did. We pulled them out.
A good day for me. I always enjoy when I get to go to a music festival and just wake up on my own schedule, but not because it's too hot, but because maybe it's like 11 o'clock in the morning and there's good music in the distance. And I
I've
can
never
ease
been
on
to
up.
a music festival. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's nice. Just think like typically there's camping involved. It's not required.
Are there drugs?
I mean, you can assume that there are some on the property,
Are you going to go to
but it's
the
not
Woodstock?
required.
They're redoing that.
No, I think I was just talking today about a festival coming up called Del Fest, named after Del McCurry. If we have any bluegrass fans in the audience, he's one of the elders of bluegrass.
Okay.
And he has a lot of musicians. So it's like all day long. That festival has 2 stages. So all day long you can go to one of the stages. It takes place at a racetrack.
So then you can go back to your camper
You
and
can go
take a
back to
little
your
rest
campsite.
and,
You can go to the side stage.
Do you have a
There's
camper?
also workshops where like the musicians are talking about the music and technique and things like that. And there's kids activities. I think that's my perfect day, to be at some place like that. Have you heard of Nelson's Ledges? They have good music
yes.
festivals.
Really?
They only have the one. Oh, they do have a side stage. I think the first music festival I went to that made
That's
me
not
realize.
what I remember about Nelson's Lodge.
That's not what you remember about it? It's nice to go there when there's no festival and just go swim in the quarry. I want to do that soon, but it's winter right now.
Can you get to it without going?
I'm not sure I can answer this question. I just follow GPS to get there. I know there's a little town of.
I know how to get there.
Yeah.
I just want. Do you pull into a parking lot somewhere?
You would pull into the property, pay at the gate, and then you can drive through the woods and park your car by a camping site and kind
you
of
guys pitch a
make that
tent?
your home base. Yeah. I guess it's been a while since I've actually camped because I used to just kind of sleep in my car.
Oh. None of that sounds
was
exciting to me at all.
Well, it's
My
just the
perfect day
that
is
freedom of like, where do I want to be right now? How do I want to be spending this minute? And I spent a lot of my life being single and doing this, like not knowing anybody and just
Right.
going and seeing what happens. Just like, oh, there's a nice patch of grass on the ground. The sun is shining. I'm going to go color. or I'm going to go hula hoop by the stage, or I'm going to go explore, or I'm going to go talk to strangers, or I'm not going to talk
You're
to
a
strangers.
free spirit, huh?
I like that, like, that freedom, yeah, of I can do anything I want with my time right now, and the options are good, and the music is good.
So
if
was
the
it
music's
hard to
good.
adjust at being a mother?
No, because I was already in my mid to late 30s, and I'd
Okay.
had 15, 20 years of that life, and
Okay.
enough of that grass is greener, like, okay, I'm here on my own, and this is great. But, it would be nice to be part of, like, a family unit and be able to just stay home.
Does Josh
And
have that
enjoy.
kind of spirit? Oh,
He's got some free spirit, yeah.
yeah.
I think we like that about each other. I think I had started a thought that there's something called the High Sierra Music Festival in California. That was the first one I went to, and that was just such a beautiful, wonderful experience that it made them all look great. Oh, I'll tell you another great one that I've been on. I get excited talking about this.
I
I'll just tell you
know.
about one more. Something called Jam Cruise.
What is it?
Jam Cruise? It's a cruise.
Oh, Jam Cruise.
Jam Cruise.
Gotcha.
It's the only cruise I've been on, and after being on it, I don't think I can ever go on any other cruise again in my life, because there are like seven different venues on the boat that are all going on at the same time, and there's musicians everywhere, and the music is amazing. It's the best funk and jam bands. And can you tell what gets me excited?
I can.
I thought that was
I
the
can
most
totally
magnificent,
tell.
happiest week of my life.
I can totally tell.
I loved it. I think those are my perfect days. A day on Jam Cruise, a day at a music festival with good weather and good people. Because you can have festivals that do not have good people in them.
Oh.
People like spreading a bad message.
I'm good.
Oh. Have you explained your perfect day? I think you have.
I don't know. Today, my perfect day would be in New York City with no game plan.
Yeah, so you're a free spirit too. You don't need
yeah,
the
but
itinerary.
I need to, oh, definitely not. I do not do well.
You're
with
open
the-
to adventure.
Oh yeah, we would like. My favorite day is to get on a subway and just get off and walk or
I'm surprised to hear the word subway be part of someone's perfect day, but it's what it represents because it gets you
Right,
to places.
I might take a cab to I'm really not a subway person.
But you can get anywhere, and you never really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me.
There has to be a quality or a trait in people that are adventurous where they accept the fact that I'm going to go try something, and there's a chance it's not going to be that great, and I'm going to be okay with that.
But see, I try to make everything I do great. I don't. That's all to me. That's in the person to create something good out of nothing. I mean, I don't.
I always loved how my Aunt Luba said you can't be bored, you can just be boring.
Yes. My mother used to say a bored person is a boring person.
Yeah. A boring person or a bored person is a boring person. I like that.
I am. Oh, thank you. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. That doesn't even bother me.
I'm telling
Caffeine
you.
doesn't bother me.
No, you're going to be able to go to sleep okay?
Yeah.
I'll feel it. If I have a cup right now, I'll be awake for a while.
Really?
But maybe I don't know if I can read after all this wine.
Ooh, they're
This
talking
big-
about the restaurant.
They're talking about us.
Yeah.
Molly, do you want to go interview them?
Yes, I do. Is
you
my
wanna-
thing long enough?
Here, you can take mine
Is it long enough?
and use mine to talk.
Okay, we're gonna
Hand
do a
mine to them.
live interview. Yes. Okay, folks, we're coming over. Okay. I want to know. Okay, hopefully. All right, so you can hold that. I think you're okay. We got it. Okay, so who had restaurant week here? And
It was awesome.
what did you have?
I had their chicken,
So did I.
and
Wasn't
I
that
have to
sauce
tell
amazing?
you, the chicken here is exceptional.
They get it from a certain farm, I believe, in Pennsylvania. It's a very special chicken.
Right. And I add a little of their side of béarnaise with the mashed potatoes. It's one of my favorites.
I love that. And for 3 courses for $25, you
Yes,
can't beat
can't
that,
beat it.
right?
Can't
Right?
beat it.
And that's exactly.
And
You
that's
and I
it.
have the same palate. That's what I
Hey,
got.
look at
What
that.
salad did you get?
I got the wedge.
Oh, okay. I got the Caesar.
Okay.
Yes, 20 different restaurants
All good.
all around the Chagrin Valley. The
Well, we
deals are
loved it. We
amazing.
loved it.
Good. You had fun? Good.
When are you
Good.
going to do it again?
It's till Sunday.
Yeah, but is there another week coming
It'll
up?
be next year. We do it once a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
many places this week as you can, but you'll have to wait another
That's
year.
right. So, well, enjoy. We'll see you. Thank you. Okay, little impromptu. Do those all look the same? Okay, we didn't ruin anything, folks. We're still here.
Well, I don't think anything can be ruined.
That's what happens.
There's
when you're
real people.
live,
That shows we're
man.
not faking it. We really are
That's
in a
right,
restaurant.
We're really here.
If you didn't believe it from all the
And we were
background noise.
eavesdropping, and we heard them talking about Restaurant Week, and so we chimed in.
I
Now
like that
this
little walk around. You know what? You could do like a Molly in the Street segment. You know, the
I
Billy
love
in the
that.
Street.
Yes, I do.
You
I
could
love
totally
that.
do a Molly in the
Yeah.
Street.
I do. Well, I do the things I'm obsessed with, which is more focused on things in stores.
You actually did a video series, Things I'm Obsessed With.
Correct.
Is that what you're talking about?
Correct. Yes. Yes. And if you ever want to know what goes on in Molly's head, my new website that Emily created is called A Piece of Molly's Mind.
.com?
.com. No apostrophe. A Piece of Molly's Mind.
And piece like a piece of cake.
Correct. So you
Right.
can go see my documentary. It's just been released for the public. So you can go see that in its entirety. You can see some of my countertop times. You can see
Molly, are you going to have me on
Yes.
countertop
Oh my gosh,
time?
please.
That's another
Please.
excuse to get away from the
I
kid.
love it. And we
Or
can
should
bring-
I bring him?
Oh, you have to bring him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I need my practice.
He has changed
I can't.
a lot.
Has he gotten the haircut?
No,
No.
his hair.
And what is your thoughts
is
on
very
that? Where are you
long.
going with this?
I figure if he doesn't exclaim, "I want my hair cut,"
He's not
in
going
which case
to.
he
He
would-
doesn't know.
well, sometimes he'll show that he's frustrated with the hair in his face, and maybe like I'll ask like, "Do you want us to cut your hair?" And maybe he'll say yes once, but if he doesn't say it like 2 or 3 times in a row, like you can't undo that. Like he has to be persistent. In which case, I'm not going to argue.
He's
But
not
when-
going to be persistent because he doesn't know anything
But
about
what
a
if,
haircut.
What if he's like Samson and Delilah, and because his hair has not been cut, he has access to wisdom that we can't even comprehend.
Nelly?
And that's why he's such a good boy.
What's the long version? When you were in trouble, what did your mother call you?
Oh,
Nellie Ann.
I don't know. I was always an angel. I don't know. Nelly Ann. I guess she would have cursed in Russian.
What's your middle name?
Jane.
Nellie Jane.
Oh, you can call me that. I like the way you say that, but
Nellie
you're
Jane.
trying to sound disappointed.
Right. Nellie Jane.
Listen, when he turns 3, we're going to say, okay, if you're ready, we'll go get your hair cut. And kind of leave it up to him. And if he doesn't want to, we're not going to force him. But if he's ready, or if he wants to do it earlier, that's fine.
I mean, I feel like it wasn't his face while he was dancing in the park. There was some
and
moments.
it's even longer
so,
now.
So, with your theory,
Uh-huh.
then don't put the clips in it.
What? But
That's
got
not
it's
fair.
not functional. He's got to be able to
Not
see.
fair. If you want him to be free and decide his own, then let it be free.
He would choose the clips if I asked him.
Oh my gosh.
we got to.
Well, he needs to get ready. He needs to get ready because he's going to have to be in charge of the twins.
Look, Aunt Molly.
for the
they're gonna have the best play dates.
for the summer concert series.
That's gonna be great. Oh, they're gonna be
I
old
know.
enough to like get out of the house for that. That's in the
Yeah,
summer,
right?
Listen,
They'll be allowed.
do you have any questions for lightning round that you want to knock out in this
I
special
asked you your perfect
edition?
day.
Your perfect day, you told me.
Yeah. If you weren't a
whatever
mother,
I am.
and, a worker bee, what would you be? If you could be anything, what would you be?
I would be me.
I
don't know. Is that cheating? I don't
think
that's not what you're looking for.
Well, you could be what you are.
I mean, can I just be like a groupie and go on tour
Yes, you can.
and follow a band and
yes.
just spread happiness and cheer to
Yes.
strangers? Oh, I forgot about it. I ate half and then I got carried away in the conversation.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
You don't want to see Molly on tequila.
No. You've heard stories. I'm sure. No, I'm good. Louis the 16th to 8th. What's the Louis?
Were you recently talking about a hot toddy? Was that on the
We were
Carl
talking about a hot
episode?
toddy, yes. Carl's
Listen for that
wife.
next week. There's a hot toddy story coming back.
Wasn't it Carl's wife? Like the hot toddy or something.
I think so.
Yeah.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Very nice guy. Very nice guy.
I felt like that episode, if we can just give the audience a little teaser. Oh, we talked about it. I mean, I was worried it was too local. It's very, like, if you live in Chagrin Valley or Falls or vicinity,
It's the scoop.
you're going to want to listen.
Yeah.
You get the inside story.
For sure.
Yeah, he sounded very interesting. What was the question? If you weren't a chamber director, did you already explain what you would be?
Oh, I would be a talk show host. For sure. I'd have my own
Maybe
show.
a Robin Quivers?
No, an Ellen.
Okay. Do you know about Robin Quivers? After I said it, I realized that you're probably not a Howard Stern fan.
Oh, I do know I do know
Okay.
Robin Quivers. Yeah.
You know all of the talk show hosts because you're in the circle.
Right. Yes. We all hang together.
But speaking of, I really enjoyed that Jan Jones episode.
I haven't listened
She
to that one either.
is-
I'm so bad. I'm so behind.
She's a treasure.
She's amazing.
I want to hug her, and I haven't even met her in
She's
person.
amazing. I love her with all my heart.
I hope she comes back. If you haven't listened, go back.
Yeah.
Just 2 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
She was a good one to kick off the new year.
Yes, exactly.
And if the listeners have any other requests for who they would like to hear,
Or if you'd like to be a guest.
come talk to Molly and Alex.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll give you
We don't judge.
We're gonna create some Best
We drink
Podcast
Dom.
Ever business cards.
Yes.
We'll start passing those out.
I love that idea. Binging.
Molly, what are you binging?
I finished Mrs. Maisel, which I love. That could be a little bit of what my Mazel Tov is coming out in me.
I do like that. I watched that too. And there's a new season coming.
Yes. And speaking of, I am hosting an event that I would like to share. I know that that's the end
tell.
of the thing, but since it's fresh in my head right now,
Molly
it is at
hosting.
Shed.
At Shed.
It is kind of a, you know what, you need to come.
What is it?
It is like a story, to come and share a story. It can make you feel good. It could be a joke. Shed is having
Is it just like an open mic kind of thing?
exactly, but not like poems.
Are you familiar with the Moth podcast? That's people telling stories, basically. Because they've started having those events around town where you can just go and tell a story to everyone in the room.
That's kind of what
I
it is.
really like those.
It's kind of what it is. So there'll be a mic, and it's just a joke, a story.
Is there a theme?
No, there's not.
What?
No.
You have to have a theme. How anyone can tell any story
Anybody
as long
can
as it's uplifting? Maybe that's the theme.
You know what? I don't think.
I'll find out and I'll post a link.
So it is the 21st of February at
that's
Shed.
Perfect amount of time. And you're hosting, like MC.
I'm emceeing it. I'm so excited.
wow.
They called me and asked if I would do it, and they said there wouldn't be anybody that would be more perfect for it, and I'm like, I'm in.
You're a
I'm
natural
in.
public speaker.
I love that.
I like people telling stories. You know what I really like is puppet shows, especially puppet shows for adults.
Oh, did you,
Do you
have you
know-
seen Avenue Q?
I want to. That would fit the
It
category.
was here at the little theater.
I missed it.
Oh, it's the first time
That's
I ever saw it.
That's right up my alley.
Wow, it was disturbing. I mean, it was great acting, but
No,
it
that's
was
perfect.
It was a little disturbing.
But yeah, if anyone can help me find a good puppet show, they are hard to find. Occasionally there's a good kids puppet show, but like a professional puppeteer puppet show, especially telling dirty adult jokes. Let's get more Avenue Q in the world. Maybe that's what we all need.
Wow,
Anyway,
that's deep.
so Mrs. Maisel,
Yes, yeah.
I really did enjoy that too.
I really did. It just made you happy.
Yeah, I watched the first season with Josh, and then the second one. It's like I can't wait for you. I'm diving in.
Yeah, I don't know how couples watch. John and I are never on the same time frame, ever.
No, just
All right, just a little fresh, a little fresher upper.
coffee train
and
coming
I'll
through.
take the appetizer on my bill, if you wouldn't mind. You know, did you all
Thanks for
hear
that.
I'm treating for the appetizer.
Thanks, Molly. That's really nice of you.
And then Shark Tank. Anytime that I need to decompress my brain,
That's a kind of a thinking show, isn't it?
it's not a thinking show. That's the best part.
Because is it like because each of the people come on and they're almost like independent of each other. You don't have to follow a storyline.
No.
It's like a short attention span.
Yeah, they just bring in their invention and they either invest in it or they don't invest in it.
I feel like someone just told me about a really great idea, but this is not the place to share someone else's
not
idea.
on a microphone. In my book series, my illustrator, we're on the.
You've
so
authored
excited.
a children's book.
I will be by December. I will have authored 4. We were
What?
releasing 4.
Right
books.
now it's 0. By the end of the year, it's going to be
Yes.
4.
By the end of the year, you'll
What?
be able to purchase my holiday gift set, which will have all 4 of the children's
And it
books in
doesn't
it.
push your political ideology, correct?
It's about things in Chagrin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there an age range? What can you tell me about
I
it?
would say that each one has a little lesson in it, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And without giving too much away,
Give too much away.
I know
Come
it's
on.
Chagrin based.
Chagrin.
And I would say the age range would be maybe like, I mean, obviously visually it could be as young as
I guess, like, is it a paragraph on a page or like one
no,
word,
it's gonna
one
be
line?
like 2 sentences on a page. So you're
Okay.
talking ages 3. Thank you.
Thank
You did great. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I would say to understand it, age 3 to 6, I would think would be the sweet
like 2
spot.
sentences on a page.
Maybe
and
10 to 12 pages.
You have now written the
only
stories.
thing I will tell, yes,
What?
I have written the stories, and we are developing the characters now. So the first one should be done if our timeline goes as thing. The first one will be released May 1st. No, yes. The first one will be
Ooh, that's a
released
big
May
deal.
1st. And the only thing I can tell you that the twins will be in it in all 4.
Oh,
It's
they're
not about
recurring
the twins at all. They're
characters, though?
recurring
Oh, I love
characters
that.
In some way.
I love that.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
Emily Gebler's calling. Does
I
she
know.
want to be on the show with us?
Hi, Emily. You're live on our podcast. Yeah, but you can't. Nobody can
She's
hear
calling
you.
on the phone.
Nelly and I are live at Bull and Bird for Restaurant Week. Yeah. Can I call you back in a few? We're just wrapping up. Okay. I'll talk to you in a bit. All right. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know if we would have been able to do that like on speaker, if it just wouldn't.
That
No,
that shouldn't have
Emily.
even rang.
Emily is always welcome to call during the show
yes.
as a past guest, as a member of the BPE family.
Yes,
We
she
also
texts-
have a BPE family playlist, and that features
Oh.
Emily and your
I love
sister
that.
and Jake, Alex's
Yeah.
son. Those are the only 3 I can think of.
Yeah.
If I'm ever going to be a
Samantha.
guest. Oh, and Samantha's on there.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we have a
Are you
playlist
just coming
for
up
that.
with these little playlists? I love them.
Yeah, I thought about doing another one that's all women guests.
Oh, I love
female
that. I love
power.
that. Yeah, Emily texted me last night at like 1:30 with the "Are you still up?" That's always frightening.
Oh.
But she would know better.
No,
she would know that. And
I'd
I'm
be more
late,
frightened by something like "Wake Up Now,"
like a call
if you're not
or
awake.
a call at that
A
time.
call, right?
But yeah, I am super excited about the book. My illustrator is an amazing sophomore from Chagrin Falls High School.
Ooh.
And
Hiring
her work
local. I
is
love that about you.
amazing. Yeah.
Can
She'll
you
be a
share her
published
name?
illustrator by
Are you allowed to tell us her name?
her name's Lily.
Is she already published? As
No.
her images published anywhere?
No.
So we'll get our first glimpse of this future star.
Yeah, she applied, really. I interviewed her.
Uh-huh.
She brought her works. I have a specific look that I'm looking for. And she does all the gamut, like all different kinds. She experiments with her art for sure.
And you probably give her some freedom, and that always makes for better art.
Yes.
When I go get a haircut, I usually walk in, I tell the hairdresser, I was like, just do something that you'll enjoy doing, because it always turns out well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, I'll take that risk, and I'll be like,
I don't
do
know
what
if I
you
could
think
take
would be
that risk.
fun. And I don't know. I mean, maybe I shouldn't comment on hairdos. I just throw mine out. But
Me
I
neither.
do. I'm always happy with that when I tell the hairdresser.
Interesting.
Wing it.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I can't wait to see this book.
I know.
I'm sure
very
if you
excited.
needed someone to do a commercial, Bodie would be happy to do it.
Excellent. So
yeah.
we're going to go to the library on Thursday to just look through some kids' books, just to make sure we're all on the same page on how we want it to flow and what we want it to look like. But when I saw
That's a good
the
idea.
one picture that I saw, I was like,
Did
that
a lot
is
of
it.
people apply?
That is it. I had a couple people apply.
Huh.
Yeah. So I reached out to the high school, and they gave some names. I knew I wanted to work with a student. I knew I wanted to work with somebody that this would make a difference for them, and they weren't doing it for money, because who knows? You know, who
They do
knows?
it for love.
They do it because she loves to illustrate. Yeah. And she was. I mean, she came with her piles of books and I was so proud. Oh, sorry. So proud to show me all her pictures. And
What
yeah.
a good idea to go and like do that research in other children's
Yeah.
books. I wonder if you've already like Googled the title to make sure someone else didn't do it, or like look to make sure that wasn't already out there.
I don't have titles yet.
It's something to think about. When
Yeah,
you,
I will do
you know.
that. I'm sure they're not the way the ones, the titles that I want. And I do have the characters in mind. I sent her a very lengthy email of what we see. I've shown her pictures of what I'd like the character to look like. Now the book that's
love
coming
this.
out September 1st is already done. That book's done.
Did you say September 1st?
Yeah, so there's one coming out in September.
That one's done, but the May 1st one is not?
No, no, because we were supposed to get the September one out last year, so that was done.
Oh.
That
And you're
was
waiting
already
until next
done.
September. Is it seasonal?
No, so
is that
she-
why?
Maybe.
Oh, you don't
So
have to tell me.
she has that in her hands now, so she'll be able to be working on those. You know, she'll be able to be working on the September book whenever she wants, whenever she gets a moment. But no, I'm super excited about, and she's super excited about it, and that makes me very,
It's
very
going to
happy.
turn out really good, and I can't
Very
wait to see
excited.
it.
We'll do maybe a signing at Fireside Bookstore,
Have a reading.
a reading.
Oh, I want to go. That sounds great. Good luck. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Before I forget, I just wanted to
Yes.
share with you that, have you seen what different playlists we already have? So
Share
far on the
with
show,
us.
I have mentioned that we have a Chagrin Valley Locals.
Yes.
That's the brand new playlist. We have Best.Podcast.Ever family members.
My glasses.
We have Rebels and Innovators. You know what? I can look at this on another page. That's Jeff Hoffman, Gene McKesh, and Brandon Krastowski.
Oh, good
Leaders,
one. What was
leaders,
that one called again?
Rebels and Innovators.
Love it.
We have leaders and influencers with people like Becky McMahon, Steve Bales, Bob Hunt, Nancy Santilli. We have one that's athletes and entertainers. We got a Broadway actor. We have a professional soccer player, a football player, Double D, leader of the Spasmatics. That's one playlist. Another one is called, I don't know if I can come up with a better name. Right now it's Historical Moments because it has Larry Morrow and Evan Morse. And I might add Jan Jones to that.
I would say Local Legends.
Ooh.
You heard it here, folks.
Local Legends. That's the new name of that one.
For sure.
We have Survivors and Warriors.
I got to say right there, with that particular one right there, not to mention all the other ones, not that I'm belittling.
Dr. Morse, Larry, and Jan Jones.
I mean, and
those
then you've got
ones.
Shelton would be...
Oh, yeah.
He'd be a local legend.
I got to update that.
I
so
mean,
that's going to be...
seriously, we have had some unbelievable guests.
That's a good point. I'll have to update that list.
I mean, we are
yeah.
one person away from Prince and Michael Jackson, and
that Gene Shelton episode. Oof.
We were one person away from those people.
I had a lot of fun recording.
He's coming back.
Is he?
He's
Good.
doing a dinner and dish with the chamber.
I did
instead
see
of
that.
a lunch.
Do you
and
remember
learn.
the date? We could
Nope.
we could share.
I believe it's in May.
We'll share something
Yes.
with that.
It's a tango.
Share that
it's a
event
dinner.
if anyone wants to go and hear Dr. Morse. No, Gene
Evan.
Shelton.
Gene Shelton.
If you want to hear Gene Shelton live and in person, he was. Oh, I don't have the guest or the episode number.
Motown. He's
That's
a
okay.
PR for
and
Motown.
The last one, we have Survivors and Warriors. So that's Bob Hunt and Shannon Beach talking about
What about
Hawk.
And what about
Joe
Jim Maloney?
Jacobs, Jim Maloney,
Yeah.
Andy Macias.
Michael Henry.
Oh, yeah, I should add him to the list. If anyone wants to make any suggestions for these playlists, please, by all means. So those are the playlists on the website. I think I also have one on YouTube that's like business coaching and advice.
And what is the website again, Nelly?
Best.Podcast.Ever.com.
That's right.
Although I understand that it is very wise to go directly to our iTunes page and subscribe to the show so the new episodes just appear before your eyes.
There you go, folks.
And it helps us. And it really helps us if you leave a review, or I don't know if it's a 5-star system because I don't have any Apple products. I don't really use
either.
iTunes. I listen on Stitcher, on the website.
I actually just I found an old iPod. And
Oh.
I bought a
That was
charger.
the first MP3
And
players.
it's sitting on my counter right now, charging up.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to sell it because I think it would be good for a parent who just wants their little kid to listen to music and not get caught up on all those other things.
Do you sell a lot of your things?
On Super Mommy Swap.
Oh.
Yes. We're jamming it. We interviewed that
We're wrapping it
table,
up.
and we're good.
Do you have anything you want to
Yeah,
share with our
sure.
listening audience?
Here? So we've got.
He doesn't,
my-
but Joe.
What is your title?
I'm the beverage manager.
The beverage manager
ma'am.
from Bull and Bird.
Yes. Absolutely. Did you see our cocktails? Absolutely.
I have. You just showed us the old fashioned. What movie? Yes, we are. I love it. So how long have you been with the Hyde Park group?
I came with this restaurant.
With
so,
Bull and Bird.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Excellent.
So 5 months or so.
What's your history?
I worked at a different steakhouse for 10 years,
Okay.
and I wanted to step up. I was opening restaurants all around the country, and I wanted to stay home. So
That is
I am Menor.
That is something I have found about this particular restaurant is you guys get some seasoned people.
Absolutely.
You know, they come, your managers have all had a 10 to 20 plus history in the restaurant world.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
You kind of need that. You can't have the newer people that don't know all the nuances with a restaurant alone, let alone being a finer dining restaurant, all the things you have to do and go above and beyond to make that
Right.
happen. So.
Oh boy, Molly got disconnected. We're back.
All right, I'm back. I'm
All
back.
right.
Thanks, Joe. Have a great
Thank
one.
you. So, are there any other bases to cover?
Chagrin Valley Restaurant Week.com
ChagrinValleyRestaurantWeek.com.
until
TheBestPodcast.Ever.com.
February 3rd.
February 3rd.
And-
We're going to do our best for you all to get to hear this conversation
Yes.
before the end of Restaurant Week. And if you're listening after Restaurant Week, come to these restaurants. They're still
Anyways,
delicious.
right. They still have great deals all
And
the
mark
time.
your calendars
great
for next
happy
year's.
hours. Yeah, great happy hours all around here.
Well, it
Wide
sounds like you
open.
have a lot of exciting things coming up.
Yes.
You're
Sounds
hosting
like
at
you do
Shed.
too.
You
Yes.
got books coming out.
Yes.
We got restaurant weeks. Yes.
Yes.
We have play dates.
No, thank you. Play
Uh,
dates scheduled. Baby twins coming.
Baby twins coming
lot
soon.
going on. Lot going on.
I can't wait to hear more about
I
that.
know. I can't wait either.
Well, I'm really excited for you.
I'm excited for you.
And I can't wait to hear what the next episode has in store for us.
Yes. And if you'd like to be a guest on the Best Podcast Ever,
Ooh, it would be great if you wanted to reach out on Facebook or send an email to bestpodcastever1@gmail.com. That's the number 1 at gmail.com.
and if you've been a guest already, we'd be happy to have you back.
Yeah. Follow up. Let us know how things are going.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Molly, I love you.
I love you. Thanks for joining me today.
Bye, everybody. We love you
Bye.
too.
See ya.
Bye.